assignment. So this next assignment we're doing is going to be a 2-day assignment. And we will be doing what the assignment is called Invention Innovation. And I'll show that to you in 1 second here. And we're going to talk about 3 key questions. Well, 2 key questions, really. And then I'll give you a couple examples. So, all right, I got that all open. I'm going to share it with you. So, that's my email. I'll get to that in just a minute. I want to go to this, period 5. Okay, so here's what you guys see, December 9th and 11th, and I open the folder. And for you guys, it's empty because it's unpublished. I'll publish it here in just a minute, but I don't want you guys to go start working yet. So first, I wanted to give you guys some example presentations to give you some examples of what you're going to be doing. So I have like 5. They're really quick. They're really short presentations, but I'm going to show you 5 student examples of what students have done in the past. But first, let me just explain real quickly. I'm going to open this up and I'm going to explain what the assignment is. It's called Invention Innovation Assignment. And step number 1, ask yourself, what need or problem do I have that is not being met by products or services already in existence? Or maybe it's an existing product that is cost prohibitive or just not tweaked the way that you would like it to be tweaked, and you've got an idea to tweak it to make it better. And if it's cost prohibitive, maybe it's a product that's really expensive, but you're thinking of a way that you can produce it at a lower cost, making it more affordable to the masses. So your job is to develop/innovate a product or a product improvement to meet your problem, your need, or your problem. Use the 3 prompts below to guide you in developing your idea. So A, you have to questions when you make your presentation. And this is a pretty short presentation, maybe like 5-6 slides at the most. What is the unmet need or problem? Then B, describe the invention or innovation that helps to solve the problem. And then C, what's the name of the product or the service? So really, you're just answering these 3 and you're giving a short presentation on it. And I'm not going to force you guys to present to the class. That is going to be extra credit. If you look down here, it's a slideshow. So right here, the following must be included in your presentation. Slideshow is presented to the class in a professional manner. This is for extra credit. It's required to enter the competition. So I'm giving $5 out of my pocket to the winner. I'll mail it to you, so you'll get it over the break. So anybody who enters this competition, I'm going to let the class vote on Wednesday next week. Not Wednesday, Tuesday. We meet next week on Tuesday. It's finals week. And on Tuesday is when we are going to be presenting these. So you guys have 2 days to create this presentation. It's worth 40 points. 2 days, and then you're going to be sharing it with me, and I'll show you how to do that on Friday. Now, here's the next thing. Step 2, you're going to be using Prezi to create the presentation. So Prezi is a tool, and most of you probably haven't used it. If you have, that's great. But it's an alternative to PowerPoint. And one of the reasons I require Prezi is I want you guys to have more experience using different tools other than just PowerPoint. Most students already know how to use PowerPoint because they've been required to use it in past classes. And so this is an opportunity to learn a new program. It's fairly simple. So when you guys click on this link just to go create your free account, because it's an education account, then after that, you're going to click on this link right here, and it's just like a 2-minute tutorial, just how to get started and how to use the user interface. It's really simple to use. So then, and then you'll get started making your presentation. Now, let me answer these first 2 questions. So for me, here's what you're going to do when you think through the problem. Right now, think about, okay, you woke up, you're getting ready for school, and there's something that you're like, oh, I'm just so frustrated. I wish this worked like this, or I wish they made a product that did this. It would make my life a lot easier. And you're like, where's a frustration in your life? Just go through the day and think about something that you're frustrated with. You're like, I wish we had something that would solve this problem. Maybe it's traffic. There's too much traffic. I don't know. But here's the one that I came up with many years ago when I first started doing this assignment was, I thought about just the day before I presented this to the class, I was in the grocery store and I'm sitting there with my shopping cart trying to quickly. I only had like 15 minutes to get in and get out of the store, and so but the store was crowded, lots of people in there, and I was so frustrated because I just couldn't buzz around with my big cart. You know, there were always each aisle only had room for 2 carts. So if 2 people are crossing, it's like I'm having to wait all the time to get past people, and I was just really frustrated because I was trying to get in and out of the store, just grab a few items, and to push my cart around. It just slowed me down, and the fact that everybody else had carts, these big carts, it slowed me down. And so my idea was this: I'm frustrated. Here's my problem. My problem was I think that shopping at like King Soopers or Safeway or Walmart, the grocery shopping, could be more efficient. And so my problem was, gosh, it's frustrating when I just want to get around and I have to stand there and wait for all these big carts that are in my way and try to maneuver through them. So I said, okay, what can I do to try to solve that problem? And so my unmet need or problem is it's really frustrating when the grocery store is crowded. It's frustrating to get this big cart pushed around. So my invention or my innovation that helped solve the problem was I decided, what if I came up with some sort of a tracking system, like a bunch of big metal tracks on the ceiling, installed on the ceiling of each grocery store, and carts were hanging on cables, you know, a decent sized metal cart. And there's like a little motor up there that can lower and raise the cart. So when I walk in, there's an app on my phone and I just push start shopping, boom. So I'm at King Soopers and a cart follows me. I just walk into the store and I just go right to where I want to get some products. And I just either push a button or maybe I raise my hand and the cart signals, then the cart comes down. It's lowered on the little wheelie or whatever on the cable. And I throw my product in. And then it goes back up. And just wherever I walk, it follows me based on the GPS maybe of the phone. Let's see. And then let's say my cart gets too full. Well, then another one just automatically, when it feels like the weight, and it says, oh, it's too heavy. Then another one just comes flying over from wherever their storage area is and tracks over. It just follows me. And wouldn't shopping be better at the grocery store if we didn't have to push carts around? And carts would just follow you around, and then as you need it, it just lowers, you put your stuff in it, and then it meets you back at the checkout, maybe even an automated, I don't know, checkout when you put it in, maybe it scans, I don't know. So that's my solution to my problem or my frustration. So when I first created this assignment, it was the day before I presented this to the class, I had that frustration, that experience at the store, and I was like, oh, there's gotta be a better way than us pushing these big carts around. And I was thinking, people would love that. It would be so much more convenient to shop at the grocery store. So that's my little example of thinking through. I want you guys to think through something in life that you could make simpler, you could make easier. Now, let me show you what some students came up with, some ideas. And these are fun. So sleep feed. This student said, led off the presentation by saying, I just, every night my feet get really cold. And then when I wake up at like 3 a.m, then they're hot because I always pile up blankets on my feet, an extra blanket. Then they're too hot and I have to take it off. And the student said, you know, it's my feet that seem to regulate my body temperature. That's kind of how they led off this. And they go, so I'm frustrated. And so the student says, so I came up with this product called Sleep Feed. And here they hit the first arrow, it zooms in. The problem, tossing and turning due to temperature discomfort, having no way to fix this situation. No sleep equals drowsiness. And then it says facts. Feet regulate the body temperature. Sleep is hard when the body temperature is not natural. My solution, sleep feet are like shoes or slippers you put on when it's time to go to bed, and they regulate temperature for your feet, allowing a good night's sleep. The product is essentially a pair of socks that have a temperature wire throughout. After your good night's rest, you place the socks on the charger for the next night's sleep. And so it can either warm or turn on or turn off based on, a setting. And so the student kind of explained the product right here to us and just said, so get your Sleep Feed. And Sleep Feed will revolutionize the way that you sleep. So that was that student's presentation. See how it's nice and short and sweet? These are just, you get into the point. You're coming up with your product or your frustration, explain what the problem is, and you come up with a solution. This student said, this photographer was time very interested in photography and led off the presentation by saying, you know, I'm into photography And I've had many different styles of cameras, different name brands. And it's frustrating to me that all of the lenses that you buy are only specific to each name brand. And so then I have to spend a lot of money. If I change brands, then I've got to spend a lot of money and buy new lenses, these different lenses. So I came up with this idea, and then they said, camera lens on a Nikon, on a Canon, sorry. How about a Canon lens for Sony? The lenses don't work on other camera brands, do they? Well, this product can change that. The universal camera lens adapter is an adapter that enables a photographer to use different makes or models of camera lenses. With a different make or model of DSLR camera, those are like the fancy expensive ones. And so you guys get the point here. I don't need to read it all, but I'm just trying to point out, so what is product as an adapter? And what's the catch? There is no catch. This adapter doesn't alter or change the camera in any way. All you do is snap it on, where you put the lens on, and the snap-on camera lens of your choosing, and it automatically adapts to the camera sensor and the lens, and they work together. It's slim, lightweight design, and it says it can be yours for $70. Now, you're not required to come up with a price, but if you guys want to, because maybe you're trying to with another product, an existing product, then they put a picture here. And you see how Prezi works. You just click on these buttons and it zooms from one slide to the other. And you'll see that in the tutorial because they show you, oops, I don't know why the next one doesn't keep this up. All right, this one's pretty interesting. Something that's now, even if you think that we don't have the technology right now, you can still go with your idea. It's okay. So in this case, this student, he was a soccer player. And he said, I hate it every time we go to the park and we have to set up the nets. It's just a pain in the butt, but it's a soccer field. And so only soccer is played on that field. So it's like, what are we, how can we do this where we can just have the nets easy to set up, take down? So he said, my problem is I hate the tangling of the net on the goalie post and time to set them up and put them back down. They're heavy and they're hard to set up. So he said, my solution would be inventing 2 underground goalie posts. How would it work? When it's in the ground, you push a button for each goalie post. When the button is pushed, the goalie post has a sensor so that you are in the place where it is going to pop up and it doesn't pop out. When it pops out, it pops straight up with the net ready and everything. And then he says, problems with the goalie post. Currently, they're going, the problems that he would have to solve was that it's going underground to build it. So that might be expensive. Putting in the spring that helps the goalie post go straight up. And he finished, and then he explained to us like how he thought it would work. He was kind of in the front of the class. He was standing here and he was saying, so there would be a trench here, and this whole component would be underground. There would be a trench there, and a trench there. And so then the whole thing would just appear up from these trenches. So anyway, and he explained it a little bit to us. And that was it. Oh, he didn't have a finish on his. So, one more. Or 2 more. This one's interesting. And I said, you ever have that problem where you just can't find the right eyeshadow to match your outfit? Well, you ever wake up in the morning and wonder what the eyeshadow shade of your color that you want to wear today? Look at your shades and you can't find the right one? That's where I come in. I've created a new and improved way to find the perfect shade for your day. This is the Perfect Shade 10. That's the name of her product. Perfect Shade 10 scans the outfit that you've chosen and finds the right shade of eyeshadow for your outfit. So it must be an app on the phone, I think is what I remember she's saying. And that goes along with the product that you buy. But don't worry if you don't like the shade, you can make your own. You can make your own shade and the shadow will be made in 20 seconds. If you choose the shade machine, the shade machine picked the shadow, and it's made in 10 seconds. My machine sells for $24 in stores all around the country, and she explains where you can buy it. And so all in all, the Perfect Shade 10 is the perfect product if you have problems picking the right shade of eyeshadow. That was interesting. I think that's a great idea. And one more. Smart Step. Well, the Smart Step, let's see what the problem is. Have you ever tried to listen to your music while you ran, but you hated carrying your phone with you? The annoying wires were getting in the way. She made this back before wireless were popular. Like these were the brand new wireless. Um, Smart Step is a high-end shoe that fits the running style of any runner, and it comes with the ability to import your music into the shoes, with Bluetooth capability and wireless headphones so that you can listen to your music without the hassle and wires of dragging your phone around with you on your runs. That's pretty cool. So probably some sort of like an iPod type thing embedded into the shoe. That's how she explained it. Smart Step also comes with GPS. You can track how many miles that you've completed and calories you burned that day. Not only is Smart Step technology advanced, but it's light, weatherproof, and can be run across any terrain. Awesome. See, so you can get out there with this. If you guys want to, you can get out there on a limb and find some really interesting ideas. And like I said, it doesn't have to be an idea where the technology exists right now. You could try to be kind of forward thinking and go, in 3 to 5 or 10 years from now, it looks like we're getting really close to having this ability with this technology. So you could make your idea assuming that technology exists. And I'm fine with that. So let me go back in here and I need to publish this for you so that you guys